Hello there, this is Steve here in Sydney of the lay gnosis website truebluehealer.com, where in just 20 minutes you can get some physical evidence that your divine spark has been activated. It's well worth doing, it's absolutely free, and repeating physical evidence will reveal to you that there's a lot more to your good self than you ever dreamed of. Okay? Now, having got that out of the way, I'm going to talk about a gift from God that's just arrived in the city of London. Sadiq Khan has just been elected Mayor of the City of London by the overwhelming majority of Muslim immigrants, where whites are now in a minority, it would seem. But Sadiq Khan has been elected Mayor of London, you'll see, and the best thing possible has happened. 3 or 4 days on the job, and he's got no mention, no concern for curbs and guttering, infrastructure, parks and gardens, whether the cityscape looks nice in photographs, and any development applications for new buildings and expressways and all that stuff. All the stuff that mayors normally do, and you're well familiar with that mayors do, opening ceremonies, this and that, etc. He has no interest in those functions of the mayor's job at all. He's actually started, wait for it, he's declared war on America 3 days in the job. He's threatening Donald Trump. If he limits the flow of Muslims into America, he has declared war on behalf of Islam on America. Can you believe it? After 3 or 4 days on the job. Now, for goodness sake, have you ever heard of a mayor getting involved in international politics so rapidly, so aggressively, after only 3 or 4 days on the job? Surely this is grounds for impeachment at least. There must surely be a job application description of the job you're expected to do if you get the job. Surely there's got to be some description of it. Does the mayor's job include international politics? Well, I can't think of another mayor that I can remember that's gone into international politics while being mayor. You can be promoted to election to a parliament and then go international, but generally you don't do it from the mayor's position where you're supposed to be concerned about parks and gardens and curbs and guttering and homeless people, etc. So this once again shows that Muslim people, and this fellow, by the way, Sadiq Khan, has a very long history of association with dangerous terrorists. He's made written and spoken statements to the effect that most Muslims are not devout enough. He calls them Uncle Toms. I'll leave you a link underneath this article, and there'll be a video on the end of this video showing you how some Americans are reacting to this new upstart mayor in London. How long will he last? I don't think he can last very long. He seems to have no interest in governing London, making it run smoothly, pleasantly and quietly with a nice low crime rate, that sort of thing, which is what mayors generally do for their job, and he has no interest in that. It's international war on America. So I'm beginning to wonder how long will he last, but he's a godsend for Donald Trump. He really is this man. He's really concreting Donald Trump into the president's job. He's actually going to go and, can you wait for this? Listen to this. Sadiq Khan wants to go, while he's mayor, go to America and campaign for Hillary Clinton against Donald Trump. Now, can you do that while you're still being paid to be the Mayor of London? Can you do 2 jobs at once? How long can you spend campaigning in a foreign country, which is of no concern to you as Mayor? How long can you keep doing that? So it's kind of obvious that he's got no idea how democracy works, and the people who voted for him just gave him the donkey vote because he's Muslim, and they're Muslim too, therefore you don't have to think. That's how he's got there, and it really points up how democracy isn't going to work with large Muslim populations. In fact, I don't think there are any democracies in the world with large Muslim populations, have you noticed? It only seems to work with more civilised, higher IQ'd, educated populations, generally speaking. And I will agree with you that democracy is about the worst form of government, but it's able to be done with educated people who respect the rule of law, that sort of thing, and want to be civilised and live in a civilised, peaceful way. It doesn't work with a warring, militant population with low IQs and a very high crime rate. That's why they seem to need army strongman generals controlling them all over the Middle East. So, coming from that background is where Sadiq Khan comes from, and now he thinks he can rage on the international stage from his new job as mayor of London, for goodness sake. And that's only half a week in the job, only half a week, and he's already frightening Americans, and they are reacting online. And I'll bring you this little video straight away. It's worthwhile watching. It's about the fear of cultural annihilation being brokered by this new London mayor. Now, I'm hoping that this is going to be a good wake-up call for Europeans, so they wake up to see what's going to happen if more and more of these fanatical people get into positions of power in Europe. So here's the video for you.
Good morning. I'm still reporting on the invasion. According to the Daily Caller, London's newly elected mayor, Sadiq Khan, has just issued a threat to Donald Trump and America in general. Either moderate your stance on Muslim immigration, or they will launch more attacks against America. Trump had graciously congratulated Khan on his victory this week and even invited him to come visit. But in a statement yesterday, Khan called Trump's views on Islam ignorant and suggested that Trump's policies would increase the terrorist threat in both the U.S. and the U.K. Donald Trump's ignorant view on Islam could make both our countries less safe. It risks alienating mainstream Muslims around the world and plays into the hands of extremists. Khan, who recently endorsed Hillary Clinton for president, has claimed British Muslims have already been completely assimilated into British culture, an assertion critics find laughable. A poll taken only last month found that 2/3 of British Muslims would not tell the government if a friend or family member was a terrorist. Again, it depends on one's definition of assimilation. If Mayor Khan's view is that assimilation means Sharia law for everyone as soon as possible, then his assertion would be correct. However, that's not the way he is portraying it. Mayor Khan's alarming threat is simple to understand from an American Christian point of view. Let us take over your country peacefully, or we will enter by force of arms and kill every Christian in the United States sooner than later. This is nothing less than a declaration of war. I'm still reporting from Washington. Good day. Good afternoon. I'm still reporting on the invasion. The new Muslim mayor of London has wasted no time in office to slam Donald Trump. Newly elected Mayor Sadiq Khan said on Saturday, "If Donald Trump becomes the president, I'd be stopped from going there by virtue of my faith, which means I can't engage with American mayors and swap ideas," Khan told Time magazine. "I'm confident that Donald Trump's approach to politics won't win in America." Well, Mr. Mayor, perhaps you should stop getting your international news feed from Facebook, because that's not what Mr. Trump has said. What Trump has made very clear in several subsequent statements is to halt immigration of undocumented Muslims. In other words, if you can't prove who you are, don't even bother trying to come here. Let's hope that London has more stringent identification requirements than have been applied to our current president or our junior U.S. Senator from Alberta, Canada. Mayor Khan, in a typical newbie's comment, charged Trump was turning communities against each other and that this is not conducive to living successfully and amicably. You probably mean amicably as long as Sharia law is allowed anywhere, anytime in London, eh? He also described himself as the antidote to hatred and said that he brings unique experience to the table when dealing with Muslim extremists. Yes, Mayor Khan, I'll just bet you do. But here's the thing. I wonder if your unique experience will decrease the rate at which Muslims attain political hegemony over England or not. That is the Shakespearean question of the day. Khan also blasted the Brexit community, saying that the UK leaving the EU would be catastrophic for our city. That may also depend on one's political perspective, eh? The UK votes on Brexit on Thursday, June 23rd. I'm still reporting from Washington.